Manila, Philippines, May 17, 2025. The Philippine Navy is now approaching the successful completion of its landmark Malvar-Class Frigate Acquisition Project, following the release of the fifth and final tranche of funding by the Department of Budget and Management. On May 16th, the DBM issued a Special Allotment Release Order amounting to 6.25 billion pesos, marking the conclusion of a phased disbursement process that began in late 2021. With this latest release, the national government has now fully appropriated the 25 billion pesos budget allocated under the revised Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Program for the acquisition of two multi-role frigates, envisioned to significantly bolster the Philippine Navy's surface combatant capabilities. The Malvar-Class Acquisition Project, awarded in 2021 to a South Korean shipbuilder widely speculated to be Hyundai Heavy Industries, HHI, is one of the Philippine Navy's most ambitious modernization efforts to date. It aims to provide the country with a pair of modern guided missile frigates capable of conducting anti-surface, anti-air, and limited anti-submarine warfare. With the latest SARO, the totality of the 25 billion pesos project budget has now been fully obligated. According to sources within the Department of National Defense, the final payment coincides with the nearing completion of outfitting and systems integration work on the second ship of the class, the future BRP Diego Salang. The second vessel in the Malvar-class series, BRP Diego Salang, was officially launched on March 27, 2025, at the shipbuilder's facility in South Korea. It is currently undergoing rigorous sea trials, a critical phase of evaluation designed to assess the vessel's performance, systems integration, endurance, and combat readiness under operational conditions. Sea trials typically involve testing propulsion, navigation, communications, sensors, and weapon systems. If all trials are completed without major issues, the ship is expected to be delivered to the Philippine Navy during the third quarter of 2025, barring unforeseen delays. The first ship in the class, BRP Miguel Malvar, was delivered earlier in the year and is currently undergoing post-delivery testing and initial crew training at Naval Operating Base Subic. The Malvar-class frigates are named in honor of Filipino revolutionary leaders General Miguel Malvar and Diego Silang, and symbolize the modernization and growing professionalism of the Philippine Navy. Both ships are expected to play central roles in maritime security operations across the West Philippine Sea and other strategic waters. Each frigate is equipped with a suite of modern combat systems, including a 76mm main gun, vertical launch systems for surface-to-air missiles, anti-ship missiles, a close-in weapon system, torpedo launchers, and advanced radar and electronic warfare suites. Helicopter facilities further enhance their anti-submarine and surveillance capabilities. A senior Navy officer familiar with the project stated that, once commissioned, the Malvar-class frigates will be among the most modern surface combatants in Southeast Asia, capable of deterring threats and projecting power across the archipelago. The release of the final 6.25 billion pesos milestone payment also contributes to the broader disbursement status of the 2025 AFP Modernization Fund. With this latest funding, the total amount disbursed from the 35 billion pesos programmed for this year now stands at 16.7 billion pesos, accounting for 47% of the annual allocation. This represents a significant utilization rate just 5 months into the year, and signals a strong push by the Marcos administration to deliver on defense modernization commitments amidst growing regional security challenges. With the final payment released and the Malvar-class Frigate Acquisition Project nearing completion, the Philippines is expected to shift focus from procurement to integration, capability development, and strategic planning. Below is an analysis of the likely next steps the Philippine government and military will take. The immediate next step will involve the completion of sea trials for BRP Diego Salang. Upon successful completion, the Navy will conduct final inspections and acceptance protocols. A commissioning ceremony will be held, likely at Subic or Manila. The vessel will then enter a shakedown phase, where the crew undergoes training and systems integration prior to full deployment. With both BRP Miguel Malvar and BRP Diego Salang in service, the Navy will revise and expand combat doctrines to incorporate the new frigates. Conduct joint and inter-branch exercises to validate the ship's interoperability with existing and allied assets. Potentially form a dedicated Surface Action Group to regularly patrol high-threat maritime zones, especially in the West Philippine Sea. Given the apparent success of the first two frigates, the Department of National Defense may pursue a Phase 2 acquisition, possibly featuring upgraded weapon systems, improved sensors, and more advanced anti-submarine warfare capabilities. Inclusion of the follow-on program in Horizon 3 of the AFP Modernization Program, 2028 to 2033. Early negotiations with current or alternative foreign shipbuilders to maintain continuity in technology transfer and logistical support. To maximize the value of the new frigates, the Philippines will likely upgrade maintenance, repair, and overhaul facilities in key naval bases such as Subic and Cavite. Expand training centers for surface warfare officers, combat systems operators, and technical support crews. Establish long-term logistics and sustainment partnerships with the original manufacturer or third-party integrators. Other major programs benefiting from the 2025 fund include the Philippine Air Force's Long-Range Patrol Aircraft Project, the acquisition of ground-based air defense systems, and the Philippine Army's ongoing armor and artillery modernization initiatives. The nearing completion of the Malvar-Class project comes at a time when the Philippine Navy is rapidly expanding and transforming into a credible maritime force. In recent years, the Navy has taken delivery of multiple platforms, including missile-capable corvettes, fast attack interdiction craft, amphibious landing docks, and offshore patrol vessels. The Malvar-Class frigates are expected to operate alongside existing Jose Rizal-class frigates, enhancing the Navy's capacity for sustained naval presence, patrols, and joint operations with allied forces. The vessels are also envisioned to participate in multinational maritime exercises such as Balikatan, RIMPAC, and Sama-Sama, reinforcing the Philippines' commitment to regional security and multilateral cooperation. The release of the final tranche for the Malvar-Class Frigate Acquisition Project represents more than a financial milestone. It reflects the Philippine government's firm resolve to modernize its naval forces in the face of an increasingly complex regional security environment. As the Philippine Navy prepares to receive its second Malvar-Class frigate later this year, the successful conclusion of this high-profile acquisition project is set to mark a defining moment in the country's ongoing naval transformation. With modern warships, better trained crews, and enhanced operational doctrines, the Navy is poised to assert greater control over the nation's vast maritime territories, safeguard its sovereign rights, and contribute more effectively to peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Certainly, here's the English version of the analysis of the likely next steps the Philippines may take following the completion of the Malvar-Class Frigate Acquisition Project.